What do you really know about Scandinavia? Safe, tolerant, even dull? That used to be the cliché before girls with dragon tattoos, Borgen and the Bridge. Thanks to crime fiction, we've all become a little obsessed with the murky underbelly of the squeaky clean. So this is the famous bridge of the television drama between Denmark and Sweden. The bridge that deals with all the cultural and political differences of these two very close neighbors. Our story today doesn't involve any corpses. It doesn't involve any violence. It does, however, touch on the political undercurrents at work in this neighborhood. And it starts with meatballs. This is not a laughing matter. Meatballs or frikadelle are the staple of Danish home cooking, sacred, iconic, made with pork. So when two nurseries here changed the recipe to lamb to accommodate some Muslim children, all hell broke loose. I discussed the issue with Bo Lidegaard, the editor of Denmark's biggest, oldest and most respected daily.
The Danish People's Party turned this into a question of the Muslim minority pressurizing the Danes to give up their classic culture and the symbol of classic Danish luncheon. And
the meatball.
The meatball, exactly. And
you mess with the meatball, you mess with Danish culture.
Exactly.
Hundreds of years of it.
Right. And that turned then into a bitter debate about, whether this was something to be regulated at a central level. Would there be a meatball legislation? Which, of course, is completely ridiculous.
You're kidding.
No. It turned out.
But did the public buy this? Were they afraid? Did it work?
It was a major issue in the public.
So the fact that meatball gate became such a huge issue in Danish politics and Danish society, in the newspapers, widely debated, what does that tell you about this country?
But the whole thing is, of course, a symbol of the wider issue of globalization and thus also of Europe. So it all becomes a symbol of somebody else is now trying to decide how we should live and how we should eat, and they don't even allow our children to have meatballs. From meatballs to pastries, Danish of course. Those handing out the goodies at an election rally are the Danish People's Party, the same ones who led the campaign against un-Danish meatballs. As the poster says, they want less EU, and they clearly believe that the road to victory leads through the gut.
It is Brussels that wants to run everything. It's too much.
But can I talk to you about meatballs, frikadellen?
Yeah, frikadellen.
Okay. Where do you stand on the whole frikadellen issue? Frikadelle not made of pork, but made of another meat.
Yes, it is. And I think we want our frikadelle.
You want your meatballs?
Yeah. We want our frikadelle, the Danish frikadelle, yes, of course.
You want those meatballs made in the way they've always been made?
Yes, we want that. It's what we like.
Once dismissed as a joke by the political elite, they're now dominating the polls. This is Denmark's UKIP, and their biggest rallying cry is to curb immigration drastically.
And if you see the opinion polls right now, then they are very good for my party, in fact. And I think it's because of people in Denmark, the population are thinking about, we have to stop for a moment. We have to take care of the people who are here right now and think about how we can integrate them before we just say, come in, come in, come in.
But this is the man we really wanted to meet, the poster boy of the party, their star candidate with some of the best eyebrows in modern politics. Morten Messerschmidt. Yes, Messerschmidt. I talked to him about foreigners and immigration. It didn't go so well. So when people say that your party is the intolerant face of Denmark, what do you say to them?
That's rubbish.
Why?
For the most obvious reasons, that we are not intolerant at all. We are a fully democratic and party that favors the fundamental liberties of a free society, as luckily most other parties in Denmark.
When you speak to Muslim citizens of this country who've been here a long time, they are very uneasy about your party because they say that your party does not make them feel welcome in a country which now they regard as their home. What do you say to them?
Well, I think you must talk to more of them, because that's not the message I get.
That's the message that we've got talking to some of them. We haven't talked to all of them, admittedly,
All right.
but then nor have you probably,
I
right?
should stay some longer and get a better picture, I think.
But do you talk to them a lot? Do you get do you have an idea of what they really want?
Oh yeah, I talk to many Muslims. I have many Muslim friends. So
How many?
How many?
Yeah.
Well, how many friends in total I have, I don't know.
How many Muslim friends? You keep asking me specific questions. How many Muslim friends do you have?
I don't have it on account.
Walid probably isn't one of them. He fled Saddam's Iraq as a young man and has been here ever since.
I live 17 years in this country.
17 years?
Yes.
And does Denmark feel like home to you?
No,
It doesn't.
no.
After 17 years?
Yes, after 17 years, I don't feel this is my home.
That's so sad.
Yes.
Like-
Danish people, they are very nice.
Yeah.
You know, very nice. But the authority,
Not so nice. And do you feel that with the rise of the DF, of the People's Party, you are becoming more threatened as a foreigner?
yes. Yeah.
Walid's image of Denmark keeps rubbing up against the cool and laid-back face of what must be one of the most beguiling capitals in Europe. Nighttime, and we went in search of young Danes, drinking beer, smoking like it's never gone out of fashion, and talking politics.
They're representing people that I'm not a part of.
What kind of people do they represent?
Old people, like old white people that like caravans.
Old white people that like caravans.
Yeah, and the kind of people that used to travel to Mallorca and things like that. I'm being prejudiced right now. I know that. I know the ironic part of that.
Totally. And then there was Annika, half Moroccan, half Danish.
It is my country, but still, the fact that so many people agrees with them, I think that's terrifying. And I can't. Well, I'm a bit ashamed by the Danes who does support the Danish party. I am.
Borgen, or Fortress, the nickname for the Danish parliament, which you may recognize from a television near you. A forbidding-looking place, but with a very laid-back atmosphere. It's not often you get to talk to the leading candidate of the ruling party, just sitting on these steps. But if he looks chilled, it's deceptive.
It's been a tough and long way.
But when you're having a tough time, when there's austerity, the protest vote, the populist anger as embodied by the People's Party, that's on the up and up, isn't it?
Yeah, and in somewhat it's understandable that people have anger because it's tough times. But
And have they not defined the political debate in the process, and you're having to respond to that? You're having to do things that you don't want to do because of them?
no, I don't feel like that actually. I just think they had too easy conditions to criticize from their position without taking any responsibility of the tough choices you have to make when you're in an economic crisis.
Whether it's here in Denmark, in Sweden, Holland, France, Italy, Spain, Greece, Britain, and even Germany, there are national variations on a common European theme, and that is rising popular anger against established politics, against the institutions of the EU, against immigration, against globalization, in fact against the very spirit on which the EU was founded. And wherever you look, it is the national mainstream parties that are playing catch-up with a popular mood. If the parties that want to dismantle the EU end up dominating its parliament, we're all in uncharted waters. The next chapter then depends on if and how they convert their newfound power at the national level. Our final glimpse is of the huge hangar in which they recently celebrated the Eurovision Song Contest. Join us, it says, but quite the opposite seems to be happening.